What if I told you Iran was never supposed to be called Iran in the Western world? For thousands of years, it was known as Persia, a name that echoed power, empire, and greatness. So why did Persia suddenly disappear from maps in 1935? Was it political, cultural, or something much bigger? Today we uncover the complete history of how Persia became Iran and the shocking truth behind the name change. Our story begins over 2,500 years ago. In 550 BCE, a powerful leader named Cyrus the Great founded the Achaemenid Empire, the first Persian empire. This wasn't just any empire. It stretched from India in the East, Egypt in the West, and into parts of Europe. It was the largest empire the world had ever seen at the time. The Greeks called this mighty civilization Persis, because the ruling tribe came from a region called Parsa, modern-day Fars province. And from Persis, the Western world adopted the name Persia. But here's the twist. The people living there never actually called their land Persia. Inside the empire, the people used a completely different name. They called their land Aryanam, meaning land of the Aryans. Over time, Aryanam evolved into Iran. So technically, the country was always called Iran by its own people. Persia was simply a Greek label that stuck in Western languages for centuries, even during the Parthian Empire, the Sasanian Empire, and later Islamic dynasties. The internal name, Iran, continued to exist in literature and royal inscriptions. But globally, the world still knew it as Persia. Persia faced many invasions. First, Alexander the Great defeated the Achaemenids in 330 BCE. Then came Arab-Muslim conquests in the 7th century. Later, Mongols invaded. Despite all this chaos, Persian culture survived. The language evolved into modern Farsi. Poets like Rumi, Hafez, and Ferdowsi kept Persian identity alive. Even when foreign rulers controlled the land, the cultural identity of Iran remained strong. But internationally, the name Persia continued to dominate maps and diplomacy. Now we jump to the 20th century. In 1925, Reza Shah Pahlavi came to power. He wanted to modernize the country and strengthen national identity. And in 1935, something dramatic happened. Reza Shah officially requested that all foreign governments stop using the name Persia and instead use Iran. Why? Because Iran was the authentic historical name. It unified different ethnic groups under one national identity. It distanced the country from colonial-era influences. It aligned with rising nationalist movements at the time. From that moment onward, the world officially recognized the country as Iran. But here's where things get interesting. Many Iranians abroad still prefer the word Persian instead of Iranian. Why? Because Persian connects to ancient culture and art. Iran sometimes gets associated with modern political tensions. Persian culture is thousands of years older than the modern state. In fact, in 1959, the Shah announced that both names, Persia and Iran, were acceptable internationally. So technically, both names are correct, but they represent different eras and perspectives. Let's simplify it. Persia equals ancient empire, cultural identity, classical history. Iran equals modern nation-state, political identity. Think of it like this. Persia is Rome. Iran is Italy. Same land, different historical stage. So how did Persia become Iran? It didn't suddenly transform. It was always Iran internally. The world just finally caught up in 1935. This isn't just a name change. It's a story of identity, nationalism, empire, survival, and cultural pride. From Cyrus the Great, to Islamic Golden Age scholars, to modern geopolitics, the land of Iran has always been one of the most influential civilizations in human history. And now, you know the complete story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Timeless Perspective, and comment below. Do you prefer the name Persia or Iran? See you in the next Timeless Story.